It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I don't know why I'm singing, talking to you, but I am. I'm in a great mood today. So, yeah, I woke up really early to record this and get you guys going for the weekend. Yay. Which incidentally, it is Father's Day weekend. So, hey dads. Happy Father's Day to all the wonderful dads out there. Yay. And ladies, can I just say, and I said this Mother's Day, but I'm going to say it again. Can we please not hijack Father's Day? Can we please give the men their day? Father's Day is for the dads, Mother's Day is for the moms. We had our day, and I'm totally sympathetic. I get it, but let's not have any happy Father's Day to all the single moms holding it down. And like I said, I get it. I'm a mom who happens to be single. There's a lot that I do by myself, but I am still just mom. And that's okay. The fizzle has a dad, and I'm not it. And ladies, you're not dad, you're mom. And that is still wonderful. So I think we've allowed too many bad apples to spoil the bunch for us. And so we have dismissed and diminished men, and we really need to stop doing that. Men, you guys are awesome. Thank you for all that you do. Where would we be without you? Don't make us find out, okay? Please. We don't want to find out. We don't want to know. But, I think Father's Day is a wonderful time for us to start healing our relationship with the masculine, because there's a lot of talk about, the rise of the feminine. We've got, girl power, which is wonderful. It's awesome. I am all for it. Yay, ladies. I'm a goddess and I know it, and that's great. But for every yin, there's a yang. And the masculine is our yang. And we need the masculine. And we need to heal the wounds that we have with that. And I totally get it and understand, because there was a time in my life that I was not in a healthy relationship with the masculine, and it stemmed from that man back there. There was a lot of anger that I carried towards my dad. Like any kid, I went through the same progression. You start off idolizing, your parents. They are the greatest thing. They know so much. They are so awesome, and I'm no exception. Like, I adored my dad. I actually thought any man who didn't look or act like my dad, I thought something was wrong with you. You had to look like him. You had to be the same height as him. Your hands had to be the same size. Your voice had to be as deep. If you wasn't, I'm sorry, something was wrong with you. I'm sorry, I didn't make you. You need to take that up with your maker, but something's wrong with you. And then once we go from idolization, we go to judgment. And I judged the hell out of my dad. Oh my gosh, did I? I went through a phase where I really judged him. And it really stemmed from me feeling that he was judging me. I felt misunderstood a lot by my dad, particularly once I got to adolescence. He was very much, very strict, very hard, and I felt like I was always failing his expectations. And so, in my despair, I began to judge him. Like, who do you think he is? He don't know. Like, and there was a lot of anger that I carried towards him. Like, I remember. It sounds so silly to say today, but I remember being so angry with him. And I was grown at this point, too, I might add. Grown and married. And I told my ex-husband um, something to the effect of, like, he makes me so sick. Like, if he would have died tomorrow, I wouldn't shed a tear. I wouldn't care. Now, we all know that was a lie. It was a lie, 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 lie. But I said it anyway. And of course it wasn't true. But that's just how angry I was with him. For me, I finally got to a place where I healed that. Once I recognized that I was ready to become a mom and I wanted to have a baby, something just didn't feel right about trying to bring a child into my life, still carrying all this unresolved anger towards my dad. And I really initially couldn't figure out what it was, but it was really all about him not being who I wanted him to be. He wasn't who I wanted him to be. I wanted him to be someone that he wasn't. I wanted him to be a little gentler. I wanted him to be just this image that I had in my head, and that's not who he was. One of the reasons why I had this image is because I didn't quite understand the masculine. And I think a lot of us ladies are guilty of this. You know, we see the men in our lives and we kind of want them to be our girlfriends who just happen to have a penis. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. The masculine does not. Uh, it does not represent itself the same way that the feminine does. And that is okay. It really is. We've got to be comfortable with allowing our men to be men. Um, he's not going to express himself the same way that you do. He's not going to communicate the same way that you do. He's not going to feel the same way that you do. That doesn't make him wrong. That doesn't make him bad. It just makes him different. And different is okay. We need those differences. We really do. And it's really time for us to start celebrating them, and allowing them to complement one another instead of trying to force our way on it. We're not men. We can't tell our men how they should be men. We don't know jack about being men. And unfortunately for some of our men, they don't either, because the masculine has gotten kind of shredded and destroyed, so that a lot of our, our boys are growing up without knowing what that means. And then they're becoming vilified for not knowing, instead of nurtured and supported in figuring it out. Let that sink in a bit. Yeah. Our men are tasked with a lot. Men, I salute you. There's so much that you carry. And I think because you are expected to hold the role of leaders, that we assume, one, that you know what you're doing, and two, that as leader, you don't really have any worries. You don't have a care in the world. You're the leader. Boss ain't got no problems, right? Wrong. You do. And so let me just say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for holding that view of you and not recognizing and not knowing. But I know today. And so I support you. Support you, men, because we need you. You guys are wonderful. You guys are tremendous. And there's so much that you add to our lives. And the world may not tell you that you're appreciated, but I'm going to tell you, you're appreciated. You really are. And so, yeah, I'm coming up on a little bit at 8.5. So I don't want to go too long. But I did just want to say that I think this is a wonderful opportunity for us to start healing our relationship with the masculine. And what better way than to do that than on Father's Day? Like I said, when I began to heal my relationship with my dad, like I said, I knew that I wanted to have a baby, but I knew I didn't want to bring the baby in feeling the way that I felt about my dad. So I fasted for 30 days. For 30 days. Yep. And in that time, I kept a journal. And every day, I wrote down something that I needed to release about my dad. And after I wrote down what I needed to release, I wrote down something, I just acknowledged something about him. He has a great smile. He has this, he has that. And one of the things, by the end of the 30 days, one of the things that I was really able to do was to release all the things that I felt he should have done that he didn't. And what I was able to do was to see and acknowledge the intent behind everything he did. My dad was very hard on me. Very hard on me. He actually admitted that in his book. Haha, go fig. And in my youth, I thought that it meant he didn't like me. What I recognize now is that no, it was because he loved me, and what he was trying to do was instill strength and values in me. And so, what I came to appreciate is that while he may not have been able to do some of the things he tried to instill in me himself, he had enough in him to work to try to help me be better than him. That's love for you, man. Like, it in his mind, it was like, I may not be this, but you're gonna be better than me. If I got anything to do with it, you're gonna be better than me. And so that was just one of the things, that he did that I just really came to appreciate. And so I think it's time for us to release our view of who we think our men should be and just allow them to be who they are and learn to appreciate them for it. We all will be so much better off for it. So, yeah, it's Father's Day weekend. Go celebrate a dad. Go celebrate a man this weekend. Like, really, truly. And watch how it changes things. It really will. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Love you. Anything you can do about it. And until next time, bye.